Alright, so I know you guys have been asking for the tier list, so today we're going to be talking about the Anime Vanguards Update 5.5 tier list. So without further ado, let us get started. Yo, by the way, chat, we're going to be doing another giveaway at 60k subscribers. So if you want to be part of this awesome community that we have here and also be part of tons of great giveaway and also events and also news, then don't forget to like and subscribe and join our Discord in the pinned comment down below. And without further ado, let us continue on the best Anime Vanguards Update 5.5 tier list. Alright, so I did say that this is going to be the best Anime Vanguards Update 5.5 tier list, but in reality, everything that I say and everything that people say on this platform is going to be opinion, especially when it comes to their tier lists, right? So my best tier list is most likely just going to be the best for me and also probably the best for the people that agree with me. However, you guys can have your own opinion, and if you have any differentiating opinion with what I have, then don't forget to comment it down below in the comment section to maybe discuss it with other people. Just do please keep it civil with everybody else that is, you know, discussing with you. So this is where we left off, I believe. Right now we have these units right here. I have all the update 4.5 units, all units that are secret, exclusive, mythic, even some of the tournament units, all the way from update 0 to update 4.5. If I miss anyone, then don't forget to comment it down below. But I have most of them right here. Okay, so I kind of changed a few things. I added Virgil and Dante here now in the top tier units, and the reason for this is because both of these units got a massive buff because of, actually, you know what, I'm gonna put them above Diavolo, and this is because both of them got a massive buff because of the new Black Spirit Familiar, which I actually covered in my previous video. They are now extremely overpowered. I also moved up Roku. I will be putting Roku higher than Boo now, and this is again because, you know what, even higher than Saber, and this is actually because of the buff that they got from Black Familiar. You know, the Black Familiar buff that these units right here got is super significant, and they are now really good. And also Boo did kind of get changed or nerfed. The only way to really reach his maximum potential right now is for you to use a familiar on him. So I'm gonna be dropping Boo right here, and then I'm gonna be increasing Goku's placement because as I've tested Goku, I realized that Goku is actually like extremely strong. By the way, this tier list right here is an overall tier list, so it's not going to be an infinite tier list, and this is also taking into consideration their traits and also taking into consideration how reliant they are on those traits, right? It's actually one of the reasons why I think I might be dropping Gogeta's placement down just a little bit and increasing the placement of these characters right here. And this is because Gogeta and Aizen are super reliant on their monarchs to be good, whereas Dante and Virgil are not even that reliant on their traits. So I'm gonna be updating their placement a little bit. Yuhaba is still insanely good even without traits. Yuhaba can buff your units. Yuhaba is cheap to max out. He has double damage, double DPS, so Yuhaba is insanely overpowered, and I do believe that he deserves to have this placement right here because he's good without Monarch and with Monarch, and he's not really very reliant on it, and I do believe that he's better than these two right here. These two will probably be better, but they are super reliant on their Monarch traits, which is why they're behind. Now, before I continue yapping, I'm going to be placing Sid in his respective place, and I will actually be placing Sid here at the top of meta units. And the reason for this is because right now he's currently bugged, okay? There's a lot of bugs with Sid right now. I believe his nuke's not even working. His nuke is not really working properly. But there is a lot of potential with Sid when he actually gets fixed. When I tested him earlier, I think his nuke, he has basically kind of like two nukes. So when you switch from John Smith to Sid, he is supposed to do 150% damage to everybody in his range, but he doesn't do that. So I feel like it's because he's broken. So I asked the testers, and they said he is kind of broken, I guess. So I think he is broken, which is why I will not be putting his placement that much higher. But Sid is a very powerful unit because he has two elements. He can become an unknown element, he can become a blast element, and he has really high damage if you take everything into consideration. His nuke can basically do infinite damage. He also has a lot of passives that make him do a lot of damage. I might make a separate video on him, but realistically his damage is insanely high. It's insanely good, and he is very versatile again because he can have unknown element. So unknown element means he will not be affected by energy drain, And unknown element means that he can be used in world lines. He's a meta world lines unit. Unknown element also means that he is immune to a bunch of other stuff, and he is super good. And then also one more thing to consider, when I tested PvP out, PvP is supposed to release in update 6, but I tested it out early, and I saw and noticed that Sid is actually going to be really useful in PvP, because I believe in PvP, energy drain is something that a lot of people are going to try and spam. So if you have Sid as a unit, then Sid might actually be really good in PvP. And also to add to that, Sid has a lot of nukes that you can use multiple times. So that's one of the reasons why I think Sid is going to be very good in PvP, and he's just super versatile, right? You can't stun him, and you can use nukes on him. His damage is really high. I do believe that his placement will probably be higher if he's, completely fixed right now, but I do think he has a lot of bugs right now, which is why I can't put him that much higher. And also, I really can't put him that much higher as well, because he does have a lot of, in my opinion, a lot of reliance on Monarch. He's very reliant on Monarch, to the point that if you don't have Monarch on him, his nuke and his other ability really just won't be hitting their full potential. But there may be some arguments for him to be placed higher than Diavolo, in my opinion, especially if you have Monarch on him, but I will not be doing that right now because, again, he's bugged. Now, the next one is Delta, which I will not be putting at the top of meta units. That I will be putting Delta at the top of probably right here, like right behind Gilgamesh. Or you know what, honestly, I think actually Delta is supposed to probably be like right here, in my opinion, above Archer, below Kukuchalain or Lancer. This is because she has unlimited range. She does 60% more damage the further the enemy is away from her, and with all that combined, she's really just a great unit to use in a lot of places, because you can just place her anywhere and she can hit anyone no matter how far away they are, and that really is super useful, I think. So super useful unit and cheap too, so I think she deserves her placement right here. So yeah, that's where I will be putting a Delta, right behind Freyrin. I actually forgot to put Freyrin here, but this is where Freyrin would place, in my opinion. This is where Delta would be placed. Now the last one is going to be Katakuri, which we are going to be placing Katakuri at the top, somewhere around here at the top of support units, because of just how versatile this unit really is. Now I think Katakuri has pretty decent DPS, but I just don't think he has enough DPS to be put at support. Like for example, Alucard has pretty decent DPS, but I don't think both of them are, DPS enough to be put right here. I think where they really deserve to be is at the top of support units. Now, Katakuri is insanely good because he has stun, he has slow, and he can basically move, right? So what I mean by he can basically move is he has one of his passives allow him to basically move, kind of like how Freyrin moves. Let me just show you a clip right here. So Katakuri can move placements and change his placements without, you selling and replacing him. So what this means is you can place a ton of them and they will basically chase down the enemies and continuously slow and stun them, which means they are one of the absolute best crowd control units and one of the absolute best stun slow unit in the game. If not, no, probably the best, okay? Not one of, but probably the best slow and stun unit in the game. And they're going to pair very well with Virgil. And I just think they're very useful. So that's one of the reasons why he's going to be right here. Now, going back to my placement again on Sid, I think Sid, in my opinion, really does deserve this. A lot of people say that he's top 5. I just don't think he's going to be that high for me, in my opinion. Especially, again, because of the bugs and how reliant he is on Monarch. Then there's a lot of people who think Sid is bad. In my opinion, if you think Sid is bad, I think it's probably because you just haven't tested him yet and you're relying too much on the damage numbers. If you do test Sid out, you will find that he is actually super useful, and he has a lot of things in his kit that he can really use. Like again, World Lines meta unit, he's gonna be useful in PvP eventually, and also can't get stunned, and then a ton of more things that he can do. Full AoE as well. So yeah, this unit's actually really good. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because for the previous couple of days that this update has been released, a lot of people have been talking so much trash on how Sid is a bad unit, but I really think it's because they just haven't tested him out yet, and also because there's a lot of things that are bugged with this specific unit. So this, in my opinion, is the best tier list out there. If you have anything you want to change, or if you have different opinions, that's fine. I just think, in my opinion, this is the best for me, at least. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.